you envision that he could be the kind of player he's turned out?
Sure did. That's why I recruited him. I don't know why y'all think we recruit people that we don't think can play. I don't understand that question. I really don't. I don't understand that question. I mean, we don't sign people here that we don't think can play great football for us. We don't sign those guys. So damn right, yeah. That's why we signed him, because we thought he could be a great player at Clemson and would have committed him a long time earlier if it hadn't have been for all the ridiculous narrative in the recruiting world of we're only going to offer this guy to get some other player. I don't operate that way. Those guys can go other places. All right? We don't operate that way here. All right? We evaluate and we recruit the guys that we think fit our program, and we don't care if they have 0 offers or 1,000 offers. Sometimes we have guys that got 1,000,000 offers, and we watch the tape and we go, we must be crazy. We ain't going on him. Or we get to know who the person wearing the helmet is, and we go, no, we ain't taking him. Vice versa, we see guys. I go watch a basketball game at Dorman High School to see Sharon Peak, and I'm going, dang, who's this point guard? And I got Coach Gutshaw going, well, that's the best football player I got on the team. I'm like, really? Well, we need to watch this guy a little bit. You know, he played corner, played receiver, played running back, played quarterback. He was the best football player on the team. Adam Humphreys was his name. I don't think he had any offers. So we offered the guy, well, we're only offering him to get Sharon Peak. No. We want Adam Humphreys. You know, it's so, yes, we don't offer scholarships to people that we don't think bring something to the table and are eventually going to be good players. Now, sometimes we miss. Not a lot, but sometimes we miss. Sometimes, you know, there's certain things you can't measure. Sometimes it's when a guy gets here, he just, you know, doesn't stay focused, not quite as committed as he needs to be. You know, the process is hard for him. It's hard here. This ain't an easy place. It's a hard place, man, and everybody will hit the wall eventually. But, man, when we saw Ryan Carter and we really watched the tape, our response was, this kid's a baller. This guy is a baller, man. I mean, he can play. I watched him on a kickoff coverage. He ran down Dalvin Cook. I went, whoa, because I love Dalvin Cook. He's an awesome football player. And I'm sitting there going, did y'all see this kid? He was returning punts. He played safety. I know Mickey. Mickey Kahn was the head coach. I'm like, Mickey, man. He's like, Coach, this guy's a freaking baller. I'm just telling you. All these people recruiting all these, I'm just telling you, this guy can play. And I'm like, I think so too. I mean, what am I missing here? You know? But as a result of the recruiting process, he didn't have a lot of confidence coming in. And he kind of had to go through the process. You know, he redshirted, he worked, eventually hit a wall, pushed through the wall. And I love him. Man, he's as good a player as we got. I tell the pro scouts that too. He's not very sexy. He's not going to walk up and you go, oh, wow, man, you must be the starting corner at Clemson. You're never going to think that about him. But put the pads on and you'll notice him. He's kind of a Grady Jarrett kind of a guy. He's just a football player, man. He is a football player, instinctive, smart, fast, tough, tackler, great ball skill guy, and now he's got the great football intelligence to go with it. He's got great experience. So, long answer to your question, but yes.
You know, you're talking about Adam, you're talking about Ryan. It's versatile football players. You know, playing different positions, playing different sports. How much do those kind of guys sort of fit in your program more?
Yeah, I mean, we love guys like that. Y'all saw us using Ryan Carter as a sophomore. I mean, he's playing big-time plays at nickel and dime in the ACC championship game type minutes. I mean, so like I said, we don't just play guys to make them happy. We play guys that have earned it and deserve it and what we see in practice. And, you know, that's who he's been. But we love versatility. Love it. I love guys. I mean, you look at our receivers. I mean, Ray played running back. He's got the toughness of a running back. Dion played quarterback. Maury Rogers played mostly running back until he moved to receiver. I mean, we got a lot of – Renfro played quarterback. Denzel Johnson, who's going to be a great player here, battled through injuries and this and that. Denzel played receiver, that's one of the reasons we took Denzel Johnson. Nobody recruited him. But if he'll hang, he's kind of that Ryan Carter. If he'll hang in there, he'll be that fifth-year senior. Everybody's going to be going, hey, did you see Denzel Johnson turn out to be a good player like that? I'm going to say, yep. We love guys that bring that versatility, high IQ football players. You know, Isaiah Simmons, there's a lot you can do with that guy. Kayvon, a lot you can do with that guy. So love versatility anytime we can get it. Same thing in our offensive line. Look at all of our linemen. You need Taylor Hearn to go play left tackle? Okay, here you go. You need to play guard? Okay, here you go. I mean, we do that with all those guys, just a lot of versatility. And so we try to recruit as much of that as we can. Sometimes you just, you know, Crowder's a guard. That's just what he is, you know. And if you're just going to be one thing, you better be a good one thing. Otherwise, you limit your opportunity. But he's special at what he does. But we mostly try to get guys that bring a lot of versatility to the table.
Coach, Hugo was such a huge part of your national championship run the last 2 years. I know his surgery went well. How are his spirits?
He's good. You know, he's a great leader. He's got a strong faith, and he'll take this and turn it into a positive. The surgery went really well. He was very fortunate because, you know, it wasn't a complete reconstruction of the ACL. They basically, because it was, I don't know what it's called or how they explain it, but a lot of his ACL was still attached to the bone or whatever, so they just kind of had to repair it. I don't want to get into all the technicals because I don't know, but I just know they were really encouraged once they got in there, and it was kind of a rare type of ACL injury, but in a very positive way. So he's encouraged, and again, got a strong faith and a great work ethic, and you know, I'm just thankful that he's got another year, and you know, this doesn't have to be the end of his career here.
Spence told us last week that he kind of accepted the fact that he might never play here, but never considered transferring just because he loved Clemson. You hate for it to happen that way, but it must be nice to see that rewarded.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and that's, you know, I love to see people get opportunity. You know, because especially guys that have put the work in. You know, Alex has worked his tail off. I can't tell you. That's one of the things I have. I didn't know if he'd ever play either, but I have a great appreciation for Alex Spence. And I think I've told you all this. I can't tell you how many times I've looked outside or ridden by at night. The lights are on in the indoor, and there's just one guy out there kicking balls, going and getting his balls, coming back. You know, he's just been a guy that kept working even though he may have never got an opportunity. And there's a lot to be said for that. There really is. You know, there's a lot to be said for that. There's the old saying of, you know, better to be prepared without an opportunity than to not be prepared with one. And I love when I see people continue to prepare and believe, even though maybe their circumstances don't really provide a lot of hope for them in that moment, but you still have the belief, you still continue to prepare. And I think Alex is the epitome of that. And, man, I'd love nothing more to see him, you know, go on and have a great season for us. He's got the talent. He can do it. Just got to keep plugging along. He'll have some growing pains, but he's prepared.
Your main events being what it is there a particular scheme or style that presents your defense more difficulty than others than offense?
No, they're all tough. They all present their own challenges from week to week, and you know, we see it all. So you know, the triple option to spread to I formation. When you play Florida State, you're gonna see a little bit of everything through the course of our season, and they're all difficult. They all present big challenges, for sure.
Another kid that a lot of people question the offer to J.D. Davis was your leading tackler Saturday night at Virginia Tech. What have you seen out of
Yep. Yeah, isn't that awful? Some of the comments that young people have to put up with because of ignorance, people's own agendas. It's sad. It really is. And those people know who they are. You know, just judgmental. That's the world we live in, though. You know, I've watched these guys grow up. They were my neighbors. I've watched them grow up. Sometimes you see things other people don't see. We don't have two better winners on this team than JD and Judah Davis, and they earned their opportunity here. Gray-shirted. They were a whole, I don't know why Jeff and Joni started them school early. I have no idea. I told them from when I first met them, I was like, why did y'all start school at, and but he's like, hey, when you got 6 kids, you get them in that school as quick as you can, $4 and you got 2 little twins, you better get their butt in school. So they were way ahead of themselves. Had those 2 guys been on the normal track, they would have been highly recruited as seniors, highly recruited, because they were just developing guys, and I saw that. I mean, listen, I love Jeff Davis, but I like my job better, and but at the same time, I wanted them here because I thought that they would develop. And again, when you're putting a team together and you're putting a roster together, it's not just, you're not going to just go get Sammy Watkins. Everybody's not Sammy Watkins, where you just show up and open the box, no assembly required, bam, unbelievable player. That's just so not the case. But because of the recruiting and because of all the intensity of that and all that, everybody's got to be this unbelievable player as a freshman, or what's wrong? Why isn't he playing? Well, maybe there's just better players in front of him right now, or he's just not quite ready. Dorian O'Daniel didn't hardly touch the field as a redshirt sophomore, 3rd year here. But as a 5th-year player, he might be as good a player as there is in the country. Now, why is that? Maybe because he just wasn't a very good player as a sophomore. He just needed to develop. Some guys it's mental, some guys it's physical. There's a combination. How come Vic Beasley never started a game here until his 4th year? Guy was the 8th pick in the draft. Why is that? How come he wasn't awesome as a freshman when he got here? Because he couldn't line up. We had to figure out what he was. He had to figure out what he was. And so JD and Judah are the epitome of that. Unbelievable work ethic. No shocker there. That's their DNA. And, man, JD, and listen, Judah's in a little different spot and has got a little more depth in front of him. Judah can play and would probably be starting for a lot of schools right now. And they're exactly what I hope they would be. They're great. They're starters on special teams. That's the other thing. Sometimes we talk around here and we create this mindset of well, y'all got me going today. I don't know how y'all got me going, but we create this mindset of, it's like I tell our guys this. People will say, oh, you play at Clemson? Yeah, I play at Clemson. What position you play? Well, I play receiver. Are you a starter? And they say no. And I'll be like, why do you say no? You start on special teams. Dang right you a starter. I was a starter at Alabama. I was the 2nd team wideout. I only played about 4 guys. I was pretty proud of that. All right? But I was a starter on special teams. So I was a starter on the national championship team. Old funky walk-on from Pelham, Alabama. And ain't nobody going to take that away from me. Earned it. And so I don't understand sometimes. That's why I tell our guys, I'm like, listen, hey, you might be a backup at linebacker, but you're a starter. You're a starter for Clemson. All right? And so it's a critical job. Judah starts on special teams. JD, man, he was our 12th man award winner this week. Knows what to do. Very effective player. Some people may get mad because we got a guy that wasn't highly recruited that's playing. Yeah, whatever. Get mad. We're just trying to play the guys that earn it and deserve it, and we want to win. So not trying to make anybody happy. We want to win. And so, I love it. Not surprised at all. Sometimes you just got to keep your mouth shut and keep grinding, and you know what's coming. And then eventually those people go away.
Coach, you've often talked about preparing the members of your team for life after football, for a great life after their career is over. Do you address things like the Vegas shooting with them, and if so, how do you do that? How do you explain that to young people if that's something?
Yeah, we talk about everything in our program, there's a lot going on in this world. Every day for us is a life teaching moment. Every single day. And the one thing I tell our guys, in my opinion, what the country wants, what a lot of people want in their life, we have right here. I see it every day. I see it every day. I see people that love each other. I see people that sometimes don't get along, but then they put their arms around each other. They may disagree, but they're not disagreeable. I see people who serve others. I see all kinds of different folks, backgrounds, colors. I come to work every day, and I see family. I see it, and that's what really everybody. That's what people want. They want love. They want respect. They want communication. They want family. That's what everybody wants. Sometimes they don't know how to articulate. They don't know how to quite get there. They get wrong things in their head, and next thing you know, it's just a bunch of noise. Everybody just screaming and can't hear nothing. But I know this. What my focus is what you just said, and that is building great men right here, keeping the main thing, and not getting distracted by a bunch of noise. But do what I know we're great at doing here, and that is equipping young people to go and kick butt in life. And that's how hopefully we can create great change with just one simple person, one small, simple team. But let's tell these guys, let's teach them, let's equip them, let's empower them, and let's teach them how to love, let's teach them how to serve, let's teach them how to care, let's teach them how to be great teammates, let's teach them how to disagree, let's teach them how to handle adversity, let's teach them how to handle success. You know, let's teach them every single day from examples out there. You know, we're going to all learn through our own experiences, but the wise person learns through other people's experiences. So we constantly try to do that, and we're never perfect, never will be. Always going to have, but it's like every day is an opportunity to teach. That's what I love about my job. Every single day we get a chance to teach and communicate. And these are young people, and try to help them think the right way. You know, try to help them process things. Because at the end of the day, you're you know, I think Gandhi's the one that said it. Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words, and your words become your actions become your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. So your destiny really is based on what you believe and what your thoughts are, how you process things, how you respond to things. And so, man, we just are constantly, it never ends, using the game of football to build great men that are graduates, that can think on their own feet, can stand on their own feet, that are empowered to go out in this world. And so one of these days, you know, we can look up, I don't know when it is, 5 years, 10 years, whenever it is, and, man, we can look and say, man, look at there. Because I tell them, hey, don't leave that here. What the world wants, we got it. Take it with you. Take it into your communities. Take it into your churches. Take it into your businesses. Take it into your new locker rooms that you're going to. Take that with you and be a change agent, man. Create change. And so maybe we look up, you know, down the road, and we got a governor. We got a president. We got a senator. We got CEOs. We got all these things. And hopefully through just little role that we have right here in Clemson, South Carolina, you know, we can help, you know, bring some of what we have here, what I know we have here, you know, out into the world. Because I really believe the way you change things on the outside is what you do on the inside. Everything is about what's inside.
Speaking of graduates, note that I don't know how much you got to watch of Sunday's NFL action, but Deshaun had himself a pretty nice day.
Who was that again?
Deshaun had a pretty nice day on
Yeah,
Sunday.
he did. Yeah, pretty good.
Get to talk to him at all, and,
Yep.
and how happy were you for that?
Thrilled. You know, he was just like, man, Coach, I'm just trying to keep up with what the Tigers do on Saturday. You know, typical Deshaun response. You know, he's just awesome. I'm really happy for him. Not surprised at all. I know exactly who he is, and guess what? He's just going to get better. You know, if the good Lord keeps him healthy, he's going to be, you know, fun to watch for a long time. But it's worked out great for him. He's on a good team. He's got a great opportunity, and everybody's getting an opportunity to really see what we've known here, and that's who he is, you know, with the helmet off, and you know, just what makes him special. So happy for him, proud of him, and you know, he's got a lot more. He's still young. He's still a new team, new system. He's new venues. He's playing. He's got to learn the league. But guess what? He will. And you don't just walk into the NFL and have the type of performances that he's had if you're not pretty special. You don't get lucky in that league.
Dabo, did you or anybody on your staff sit down with Kelly Bryant, kind of talk to him about what to expect as far as being the quarterback of this team with the outside pressures around campus, the media, that type of thing?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That's just woven into our daily fabric here. We're just everybody on our team. But as we just said, he's had a front row seat for 2 years. He knows what it looks like. And I think we've had that at every position. I think we've had a model, a great model at every position on this team to how to prepare, how to handle success, how to handle failure. And, man, we nurture that, and we work really hard at developing leadership and transferring leadership through what we do here.
Going back to the Davis twins, do they have similar personalities? What are they like?
They're great young men. They're very funny. They got great personalities. They're incredibly smart, unbelievably smart. But they've got a great sense of humor. I mean, these are like my fourth and fifth son. I mean, literally, my boys and JD and Judah have been best friends forever, and it's just been really cool for me to see my boys grow up because they're a little older, but they just have been best friends. And it's interesting, you know, because they all have their different personalities. So, you know, it was always Drew and Judah and always Will and JD. And I don't know why. You know, I still have a hard time telling them apart. You know, Judah has a beard now. JD doesn't have a beard. That helps me. And JD's 33. That rhymes. Judah's 36. So, I mean, I've been around them their whole life, but my boys, they just walking around. Oh, that's Judah. Oh, that's JD. I mean, they just, you know, they're really different people. Just like my own, like Drew and Will are similar in a lot of ways, and they're very close, almost like twins. They're only 17 months apart, but they're very different too. They're just great young men that represent everything that you would want every young person to represent. And are going to do great things in their football and in their futures. No telling what those two guys are going to do down the road.
Coach, you spoke of your admiration for John Wolford, but you also said how he's not that big of a guy. So has his biggest improvement as a quarterback been his mental game the past couple of years? Yeah,
just experience. You know, I mean, playing through the battles, just playing through the battles. I mean, he's got some scars, and you know, with that comes experience and knowledge. So, and he's just got a good team around him. I mean, they do a good job of giving him a chance to be successful. It's an excellent scheme, a lot of misdirection, a lot of play action, a lot of screen game, a lot of good quarterback run game built into it, and clean play action shots down the field. But he's just battle tested, you know, and so he's not really overwhelmed. The game is slower for him than what it was, you know, earlier.
Is there any timeline on Garrett Williams?
You know, we're actually going to ease him back into, I think, some scout work this week. He's actually doing great. Watched him last week. He drove a sled. He spent a whole practice driving a sled with a big old heavy tire on it all the way across the turf field, all the way back, all the way across, all the way back. So he's actually looks really good. But now we need to kind of get him into some football, you know, just the flow of football movements. And so we really want to work him into the scout team because, you know, you don't want to take away reps from guys that we know we got to get ready to play this week. But we do need to get him into some you know, full-speed football type of work this week and next week. And, you know, we'll probably make a decision on him open date, coming out of that open date. And, you know, because we could still redshirt him. And that's still an option on the table, but just not really ready to make a decision right now. But he looks really, really good.
How do you balance the decision, okay, we want to give this guy extra year red shirt, to we think he can help us in 6-8 games more than the red shirt, especially preparing with future depth in 2018, 19. So.
Yeah, well, you always got to do what's best for the team, because I don't know, we might have to play him, but if we feel good about where we are as a team, then it's okay. What's best for him individually, and we go from there. But we always say team rights supersede individual rights. We got to do what's best for the team, and we don't right now. We could probably afford to redshirt him. If Greenlee gets back like we expect, but we just can't make that decision right now. There's just too many things, and we need Chalk to continue to come on and progress. He's a freshman, getting his nose bloodied, which he needs. But so we just still got to keep developing at that spot. And like I said, it'll be, and then at some point, you're not going to waste a guy. But there's still a lot of football left to be played for us, and he's a very good player. He's our by far the most physical guy, one of the most physical guys we got on our team. So we'll wait and see which direction we go.
Anybody else?